这个是中央演讲台，待会儿我在这儿演讲。这是我们待会儿采访的 space， 因为香港这儿真的很小的，没有办法。然后这是我们所有资生堂的这些 maker， 耶！我们现在等着我跟维塔利桑开始我们今天的访谈，等一下我们就要开始了。维塔利桑的中文名字叫鱼谷雅彦。Okay, everybody, I've got the chairman and global chairman and CEO of Shiseido, Mr. Watani here. Can you say hi to my subscribers?
Hi.
He's also my fellow Columbia Business School alumni.
Yes.
I'm so proud. And so we're going to have a great conversation on stage. Stay tuned. Now you can plan in a few years you can plan your Hawaii plan. But Hawaii has so many Japanese tourists when I went there. That's why he said, don't do that.
这个希望 economy and business leaders group, all three groups are getting together.
I was talking to a Chinese economist who said that a lot of it's almost like citizens meet. Once you unleash the working power of Japanese women, and the countries, they all use the same lab. It's all marketing. I guess we have to question whether the brand really has sustainability. Like, you know, we don't expect it to be a 150-year-old company. Yeah. So next time I go to Kyoto, that's number one to do on my list is to dress in a kimono and take those traditional photos because they look so good. I'm going to make my husband dress in the what do you call the men version?
These are the millennials and Gen Z, who's in the teenagers. You know, they are really driving the change of the industry in any kind of,
About speaking of collaboration, you said there was a possibility that you could collaborate with these people. And you've heard of Fenty Beauty, obviously. That's another very successful newer makeup brand that's started by Rihanna and it's invested by LVMH and it's proven to be very successful. Does Shiseido have any plans to collaborate with either a key opinion leader or a celebrity for some sort of... Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for having me again. This is my third year at RISE. Every year I come here, I get to meet the most innovative minds in Asia. And this year, thank you so much for sitting down with me, Mr. Watani. It's such an honor. For those of you who didn't know me, I am a financial news anchor by day, but I am actually a beauty blogger by night. That's right. I run a beauty blog on YouTube and a couple other Chinese social media networks, which is why I was extraordinarily excited when I learned that I was going to be sitting down with you. I guess my first question to you, Mr. Watani, when I saw Shiseido and you are coming, I was thinking, oh my God, this is exciting, but somehow not expected. What is Shiseido? A legendary, iconic, 150-year-old cosmetics company, beauty conglomerates, doing at a tech conference? Can you tell us?
Well, first, let me say thank you very much for this great opportunity. And I know, as you said, a lot of people are wondering why a cosmetic company guy is, on the stage, meeting with people at the RISE event. I want to show you the video to explain why I'm here.
All right, let's watch the video.
Let's envision a tomorrow. Beauty innovations for a better world. We are Shiseido.
Thank you. So my point is, Shiseido is not necessarily just selling cosmetics. Now, our purpose is not like that. Our purpose is to bring, energies, confidence, empowerment, and happiness to the consumers around the world.
That's right.
Through our business. So, attending here, I'd like to really create some sort of networking and connections with the people who are, bringing the innovations even to our industry. Okay.
That's right. Because I was thinking from watching the video, I learned not only one of the most important messages moving forward. And then also beauty is not just a product, it's a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Tell us about your personal story. It's a quite interesting one. I know you spent almost more than 2 decades at Coke Japan as one of the top executives. When you were 16, I know you don't look it. He looks like he's in his mid-40s, but when you went to Shiseido 5 years ago, you were 60 years old, and you were the first outside CEO to come in a traditional Japanese company where hierarchy is still very much in place, and usually the CEOs are homebred. And you took on this challenge when your wife wanted to go to Hawaii and retire. Was it a difficult decision for you? How did you take this challenge?
Oh, it was, of course. And I kind of, retired from Coke, as you said, and I was going to have a good time, playing golf every day in Hawaii with my wife. That was what I promised. And then one day, she said, the board of directors came to talk to me and said, because of sense of urgency to change the company, they really want to have somebody even from outside, for the first time in its 140-year history. And I was so amazed and said, wow, if you do that, because Shiseido is a symbolic company of Japan, so it's a change of Japan. So who is it? They said, hey, it's you. So you couldn't say yes immediately. I actually, wanted to have an approval from my wife as well, from my family. So I spent 3 weeks or so, and then I decided, with 2 missions actually in my mind, like, it's a great company, by nature, but it was a bit of suffering. So I really want to make that great Japanese company to be a global company, first mission. And the second, the company had the 140-year history by that time. So if I become CEO, my mission is to build a foundation so that that company can be vital for the next 100 years.
Yes.
So that's what I had in my mind. And by the way, my wife is very happy now.
She's very happy now.
Yeah, she enjoys free product samples.
That's that's awesome. I mean, I wouldn't stop my husband from working for a multinational cosmetic company. But I do understand your wife's concern, because when Shiseido called you in, the company wasn't in the greatest historical situation, let's just say. Domestic sales was even falling, and you took on a huge challenge, and you implemented many changes that a lot of people would say pretty drastic, and they've been proven successful. You guys met your 2020 sales target 3 years earlier. So tell us about these changes.
Well, first, I really wanted to understand what's the core issues. Therefore, I went to talk to the people actually who are meeting with the consumers every day. In our case, we have almost 20,000 beauty consultants who, touching points with the consumers. So I went to talk to them, what do you do, and what are the issues you're facing. They really understand, what's not, they are struggling from. So I found the company, it was in the vicious cycle, I would call. Cutting cost was a priority of the management. Therefore, cutting investments for brand building, the communication, advertising. Then you're going to deteriorate the sales to the consumers from the stores, retail stores. Right. Then that means retail store inventory is going to go up. Then you're going to have a struggle with the sales to the stores from the company. So I thought I should break that by increasing investments in marketing. So we decided to increase our marketing investments, like advertising, $1.1 billion for the next 3 years. And I said, I'm not going to really reduce this, whatever happens, my commitment. And then to become global, I thought I should be building a global organization. So we introduced what we call matrix organizations, brands and the regions. And we appointed region, even CEOs in each region.
Right.
To whom I empowered. They are the ones who are going to run the business. I'm not from Tokyo. So they
a lot of autonomy for them.
And the third point is, when you try to change the company, you have to change the culture. And then you can really change the mindset and the behavior of people. So culture-wise, first, we had to really get rid of hierarchies. So in order to do that, I really wanted to have a diversity of people who have been with the company many years, and the people who have a specific kind of experiences, expertise coming from outside, and to work together, hybrid, diversity. And also diversity means it's not just simply a diversity of gender, diversity of nationality, diversity of experiences. Okay. So, for example, I talked about regions. Like we have 6 regions, and the 4 people who are reporting to me are not Japanese, like French actually, and only 2 are Japanese now. Okay.
That's right. I heard your American CEO is also a French guy.
Yeah.
No one knows the beauty better than them, right?
Exactly. Obviously, they are the industry experts.
And also, you've got a ginormous women's working force as well, which is not exactly the norm in Japan.
Right. So I made a commitment to increasing women in management positions to 30%, which is quite significantly challenging for the typical Japanese companies. But we did it. Immediately after we achieved it, I said we're going to make it 40% by 2020, and we're on track now. Thank you. And one of the significant weaknesses of the Japanese companies is English communication. Okay, to become global, that's obviously indispensable.
That's right.
So, I said to everybody, like, we are going to make English as a common language, and even for the headquarters in Tokyo, okay, from 2018.
So even right now at a headquarters in Tokyo, Shiseido's official language is English now. So it's a truly global company going forward.
Documentations, presentations are all done in English now. And it's amazing. People can do that.
That is a great change.
I found many people who usually take 8 years of education of English, and they are just simply shy. They don't use it day to day. And there was an occasion that someone stood up in front of me and said, in English, I'm very sorry, I'm not good at English, therefore I will speak in Japanese. They said that very well in English. So I said, well, you just need a courage. You can do that. And it's really, it's not a matter of simply language. It is really, changing the mindset, and it is changing the culture.
And changing the entire perspective to a more global approach.
Right.
Let's talk about the beauty world. It's changing so much, especially with the advancement of technology. We are able to provide consumers with more personalized, more convenient services, and we observe a lot of trends. I think according to a recent survey, about 90% of the Chinese consumers born after 1995 actually base their consumption behavior on online reviews now, which is an astounding number. So tell us about some of the trends you observe and what is Shiseido prepared to do?
Yeah, I think as you saw in the video, technology is going to play a big role. Obviously, consumers, particularly younger generations, and particularly in China, I would say, obviously, they are, having a technology in their daily lives is already kind of a natural thing. I mean, it's there, right? So in the beauty kind of practices, and it's very natural for them to apply technology as well to be more efficient, to be more effective. So we are very keen to apply technologies to what we do in the beauty, right? In terms of product development, in terms of communication, in terms of even sort of e-commerce, getting the products to the consumers.
That's right. These days we're so used to move our fingers and everything just come to my door. That's the way I like it.
And more importantly, consumers are now obviously looking for what's best for them individually, personalized with the value, right? People are different. So obviously marketing has been shifting from mass marketing to one-to-one marketing, and that's possible now through technologies. So I think, for example, obviously using a cell phone, smartphone, obviously you can, have a good diagnosis of skin conditions because people have different skin conditions, right? And then you can really have a virtual try-on when you try to really, some makeups, lipsticks.
So this is the company that Shiseido just acquired, Matchco. When I first saw it, I'm like, is this a matchmaking company? But it's actually a match made in heaven because ladies, guess what? This app helps you match your skin tone to the exact foundation that you need. How magical is that, right? We deserve a huge round of applause because that's not easy for a lot of ladies out there shopping for foundations.
Yeah, but I thought this is a great idea for us to move ahead in technology development and innovations through technologies. And 3 guys really founded this company in Silicon Valley. And it didn't take me 30 minutes actually to decide to buy this company, work together with them.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, maybe can we have a opportunity here in the picture?
Can we have the next picture,
Yeah,
please?
the one we just introduced in
There we
Japan. Okay. This is the kind of machine that gives a 80,000 variation of a skincare, combination from 5 different ingredients every day.
80,000
Yeah.
skin analysis.
Yeah, and based on temperature, humidity, and based on your,
Wow.
conditions of health and your even, mood of your mind. Okay. You can have the, perfectly matching product every day.
So
Yeah.
personalization is really the future.
Yeah, I think so. And I see China, obviously, is a great source of innovation. Obviously, after the opening of the market, China has become first the factories for the world, and then market for the world. Now I believe it's going to become, center of innovation hub for the world as well. Therefore, we just set up a business innovation team in Shanghai.
Yep.
So I envision our business innovation here in China, Japan, and America will become 3 innovation hubs for the world.
Totally. Tell us about this China Innovation Center.
China Innovation Center, as I said, just started in the beginning of this year with, where are you, Carol? Carol Zhou, okay, here. She's now leading that team, and she's now, busy talking to a lot of people, who can possibly work together with us. So we are, actually open to any ideas, creativities, entrepreneurs are going to bring us, for not only just IT technology, but maybe healthcare, life science, wellness kind of areas as well. We want to really create new values together. What's important is I really respect the ideas. The size of the company doesn't matter. So and we are a relatively big company, usually very slow to act. I know. So we want to really respect the partner. And working together, creating a mutually beneficial values, which I call win-win.
That's right.
Yeah.
You've had a long and very successful career. Just last question, tell our investors, leaders, innovators here today, what's your key message to success?
Well, as I said, obviously we want to really change the world to be a better place, right? And whatever the size of the business you are running now. But I think in order to get there, as I said, when I started at Shiseido, I made a commitment to the people. You are not able to ask anybody to change or do things better unless you make a commitment and changing that yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Mr. Watani, years ago, Steve Jobs convinced someone to give up selling sugared water to change the world with him. And we thank you for giving up selling sugared water to change the world, more specifically to a more beautiful place. Thank you so
very much,
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.